Hello, woobler. I've been woobling. I know it's been a while. I kept pushing this one off because, well, frankly, it's too dang hot for Halloween. I know there's major fanatics out there that celebrate Summerween. Not into it. Hi, this is not fall. Anyway. So the week before the last, the yarn chicken picked for me to make the big-eyed bat. The bat. That is a cute little bat. That is not what these instructions directed me to make. DIY handcrafts. Your other patterns that were in this 4-pattern beginner crochet kit. Okay, so it came with 4 patterns. It came with the witch. The witch turned out absolutely adorable. It came with a ghost in a witch's hat. Absolutely precious. Absolutely love her. She's sitting on my my gun rack that's filled with crochet thread. That's usually in the back of the videos. And then there's still a clown to make. A little black and white Jack Skellington-ish, no copyright, clown. And I'm not looking forward to the clown because his bat was bat crazy. No. Okay, so first off, the hook was one of those little plastic flimsy, I'm not using it hooks. So I got out my polymer clay shed, my little D hook. I absolutely love it. Use it all year long. On Etsy, polymer clay shed is her name. It's got a clover hook in it, and the way she puts her long handles, it works incredibly well for me. D is perfect for 4-weight yarn. The DIY beginner crochet kit did come with, I'm going to grab the purple because it's easier to see in this lighting, did come with the classic crochet kit cheap acrylic. It is not a 4. I'm going to say it's a 3, a cheap 3. So you can't strangle this yarn. You really do need to let it keep its fluff and loftiness to it when you're crocheting. So if you crochet with just a regular tension and the hook that they provide, which I never do, the D hook worked pretty well. I cannot see the fluff and stuff. They gave plenty of fluff and stuff. I tend to be an understuffer, but plenty left to do the clown if we get there. All the colors that I needed for the bat. The bat said to use dark gray, black, white, and red. The red was an ugly, rusty, I don't want a color. And I had purple left over from the Witchy Poo. So I wanted gray, black, white, and purple. Might as well. I got to use up the purple. Whatever... I think I've said it before. Whatever yarn I have left over from the yarn chicken goes into Dolly the snake. So, got plenty of everything left over. The pattern started out with the body, the narrow end of the little body. It's all one piece, the head and the body. So you start at the body, you work up to the head, you tie off. Then everything else is an accessory. The little arms, pretty straightforward, no big deal. Made 2 of them. The wings, straightforward, no big deal. Took care of them. The eyeballs, I had a hard time stitching the eyeballs onto the head because from where you're increasing to your hold on tight to your stitch count, keep your stitch count rows, which makes the head height. And then you've got your decreasing rounds up there. Eyes almost didn't fit. We're talking big-eyed bat. Okay, so wings. Okay, the feet, complete gibberish. The pattern is written rows, row by row. The abbreviations in here, it was always saying slip stitch, chain 1 to join the round. I chose not to do that. I just worked in continuous rounds. I didn't want the San Andreas fault going up the back of my bat. And then you repeat what was in parentheses. It had can't give away too much of the pattern. The legs didn't make any sense. The increasing, decreasing, increasing, decreasing was not making a boot of a foot or a toe of a foot. It was just this waffly looking, it didn't make any sense. It was AI gibberish. It just really, I worked it multiple times thinking that maybe I was missing something or trust the pattern. But by the time I got done with it, do I still have, I want to show you just so you know that, like, I ended up ripping them out. It was discouraging to see that it just wasn't working out. And after trying it so many times, I honestly put it away, brought it back out. The next time I sat here at boxing and I was working on the crochet bat, it wasn't working out. I honestly don't believe that it was me. I just don't think that some of these patterns are not pattern tested by multiple hands-on crocheters before it goes out. It probably goes to some editing or some scanning of some kind to see that they are crochet terms. They just don't work up as the shape that was intended. Same problem with the ears. I'm gonna show you a little picture in the ear section. So the pattern's written down into the sections that you're working. I am gonna show you a picture with no pattern. It's a paid pattern. I bought the kit. I'm gonna show you these pictures of these ears. There we go. Yeah, let me show you that. See how those ears are worked in a line and then decreasing, or from the top and then increasing or decreasing. It says it's worked in 4 flat panels, 2 background panels and then 2 colored panels. I can't really see if the colored panels are stitched left to right, you know, and then chain 1 and turn, and then work across, chain 1 and turn, with probably decreasing on both sides to make it angled up, or I mean increasing if it's working down. You can work it either way, right? That's what the pictures are showing me. Even on the front of the bat, you can't see. There's a QR code on the back of this for video instructions. It is a woman's hands that's very clear to see. There's music playing and there's written instructions on the screen. The written instructions are duplicated from these written instructions. So it's not translating another language to English. It's not closed caption for English into English. It is these written out with a simple voice, not a voiceover, but written instructions in the bottom. So that wasn't helpful either. The ears say to start with a magic ring. If they're pointy at the top, maybe it is a magic ring and you're not filling in the whole ring, or you're pulling it tight, which makes a nice little point at the top of the ear. But then you'll be just working rows, not rounds. These patterns are rounds. There is 5 rounds, 8 rounds. And the beginning of each round says chain 1, move up. So that, and at the end it says slip stitch. So you're slipping into the first one again, and then chain 1, and then it's building up, increasing. And it's working in a very common formula for making a flat circle. 4, 8, 12, 16, 24. You know, it's just, it's working up. The last 3 rounds of slip stitching and chaining 1 are duplicating. So you're going to have a circle with 2 rows built up. And then it says cut the yarn and leave a tail for 5 inches for sewing. In the sewing instructions, the only thing that it referenced the ears, it says sew ears onto the head between round 3 and 14. There's no flat place on it. It's a perfect circle. It doesn't say to like fold it. It says to make 2 of the body color and 2 of the accent color, so it's not even telling you how to attach those 2 pieces together. The video section for that doesn't reference it at all. Blah, blah, blah. I made my own ears. I know, I intended them to be pointy, and they were angular, but then I decided at the last minute it's black. It's hard to see, but I folded them over. There we go. I know, it looks like teddy bears. Wait a minute. I didn't actually make a bat at all. I followed the pattern. It's wonky. It's so wonky, but so is Halloween. Here we go. I made a moth bat. I don't think it looks like a bat. I don't think it looks like a cat. I think it looks like a little sad-eyed baby Mothman baby. So their eyes were white all the way around. I wanted to add more of that purple in there because got to realizing there was no purple in there. I didn't put purple in the inside of the ears. I didn't do the feet. Would have had purple on the bottom of the feet. But he's so big-eyed baby. Look at that. Those are puppy eyes. The wings did turn out really cute. You worked up a circle, folded them in half, and then did these little picot points on them. Worked up super. That was probably my favorite part of the whole project, was that and playing around with these picots on the sides of the eyes. I did like the little shimmer in the eye, the little kawaii eyes. I did some little purple eyeshadow, eyelashes. I don't know. This Wobblin' Wednesday's in the books, man. I'm done. I didn't know if I was going to get to it or not. It's been a couple of weeks. I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied. This is not a pattern that I will be putting into my basket of all my crocheted patterns from all of these crochet kits. If it's a dud, I don't even put it in there. If it's another one, I'm building like a little, make it a little scrapbook journal style of patterns that I'm kind of collecting, like scrappy style. Another sad story. I know, we got a sad story. It happened. The crochet kit came with a little pouch full of utensils, and I was super excited for these snips. These things are dangerous. There was a super strong spring in it. So when I took off the cap, these things are sharp. When I took off the cap flew off. I'm in the car. The cap flew off, landed down in the seat, had to dig for the cap, and then the spring popped. So I started to take it off. It flew off. It threw itself all the way open, and half the arm flew off this way, and I'm sitting there holding the half of a knife, a scalpel looking thing. It's Halloween. It's Halloween. I don't know what happened. Like, here's the spring in it. It was super strong, and I just snapped it back together because I don't want 2 loose blades hanging out in the car. So, trash. I think the whole kit with all 4 patterns was $9.99. This should be deducted from the $9.99 in my mind. I have plenty of fluff and stuff. Like, I'm going to have extra. I'll have extra yarn. So far I could say 2 out of 3 patterns have been workable, usable, and I wouldn't make them again. So, I mean, that's worth something. I don't know. Oh, that's another thing. I also noticed there's a glue stick that came in the kit. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be gluing on, but you could see right here in the light. Do you see that neon on the glue stick? I think that's glow in the dark on the glue stick. I don't know. The witch didn't have anything that I needed to glue stick. The ghost, I sewed everything on the witch and the ghost. I don't know if I skipped that because I just wasn't into using the glue stick. But now I'm curious, is that glue stick glow in the dark? Just sitting here talking to myself in the car. That's what the world thinks. Leave her alone. She's making dolls and talking to herself. I did sew everything on with this funky little plastic needle. I'm done. I had fun. Hold on. I'm going to put all this stuff away. We're going to drive all the way home. I'm going to plug in the yarn chicken and get it all warmed up and give it a what for pep talk. And let's see what crochet kit the yarn chicken would like me to work on this week. All right, friends. I'll see you soon. Bye. All right, I got you all set up right here in front of the yarn chicken. It's a claw machine that I found on Amazon. And I filled it full of prize capsules. Some are big, some are small. That doesn't represent anything really. Some of the capsules have multiple slips of paper in them. The paper represents different kits that we have to pick from. And a few of them, I think 4, there are 4 chapters in the official Wobbles pattern book. And each capsule represents a chapter, and then the slips of paper within the chapter are the project suggestions to make. Some of them have multiple slips of paper, and that's just from theme. If I bought a kit that had multiple patterns in it, or if I bought multiple kits at the same time, sometimes they got 1 or 2 capsules. It's all a mystery. So after I pull a capsule and win a capsule, there still might be more layers to discovering which pattern I'll be making. All right, that's enough chit chat. Let's see what the yarn chicken has for me to make this week. Wobblin' Wednesday crochet kits. Here we go. Oh, well, what? The coin just popped right out the bottom. All right, let's try again. There we go. All right. What do we want? Do we want big? Do we want small? There's a tiny yellow one way down here in the middle. No? There's a tiny blue one way back here in the back. It's calling to me. Oh, did I get a bigger blue one? No, but I did shake up the one in the back. Okay, let's see. Let's go way over here. There's 3 in the corner. A big red, 2 little reds, and a yellow. Oh, I got a big red. All right. It's not over till it drops. I've lost them in the last minute before. Ta-da! It is a red capsule. I see 1 slip of paper, and there is a clue. The clue says Beetlejuice. Oh, we can't say that too many times. All right, let's see. The 1 piece of paper, the 1 slip says sandworm. What in the world? Okay, I do remember getting a crochet kit from Costco one year. And there were quite a few Beetlejuice patterns in there. Let me go dig in the closet. I'll be back in a few hours. I always get distracted in the crochet kit tote. All right, I'll be right back. Yanked on my coffee. This heat is just bringing them all out. They're searching for water. They're gonna end up with quite an energy boost off of my caffeine water. My coffee. All right, so it hasn't been a very long time. I went straight into the closet, straight into the tote, grabbed it, and jumped back out. I've got stuff to do today, people. This is gonna be a big one. Includes everything you need to make Beetlejuice and Lydia Dietz. But the yarn chicken said, let's make a worm. Let's make a sandworm. And I do remember I found this kit at Costco around Halloween time last year or the year before. Very nice packaging, very cute. Excellent presentation here. We've got a hook. It says it is a 3.25 hook, and it comes with some very silky cotton. I wonder if that's a glow in the dark. Dark gray, white, light gray. I'm gonna say this is a skin color. I don't know whose skin color this orangey peach is, but that's pastel orange. And I'm thinking, like, looking at the book right in the front, Lydia was pretty pale. I think that was her whole persona. Some beautiful little burgundy, some mulberry, some mauve, that's very pretty, and lots of black. So we got some big choices to make. It's typical crochet kit yarn. Well, most of it is. This actually feels, oh, that's Beetlejuice's hair. Oh, that's 3 times. That's his hair. And that actually feels like a really nice cotton. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, there's a little package of some eyeballs and safety eyes, needle and thread, and a little bit of embroidery, red and black. More black, and a big old package of some fluff and stuff. So it does look like everything I need included. That one's empty. That's okay. Here's the booklet. So there are quite a few patterns. How many patterns are in here? Create 12 strange and unusual crochet projects. I didn't put all 12 of them in the yarn chicken because there was a couple that I was like, I don't know. I forget what her name is. The social worker. I didn't put her in there. I didn't put Beetlejuice in his wedding outfit. I did put Beetlejuice in his traditional stripes. I didn't put the grave marker. I think everything else I was like super excited to make. Okay. Sandworm. Oh, when I put Lydia in, I put her in her red wedding dress, not the plain black. Because look, let me see if I can show you. Yeah, I'm tickled all over again. This was such a neat find. Come on, sandworm, where are you? Ah, there we go. So are there pictures with no writing? So the sandworm looks like a pretty chunky pattern. We have the body, we have the eye, we have the inside mouth, back fin, inner head, mouth interior, teeth and tongue. And here's a picture. So I'm seeing, oh, no pattern, Amy. I'm seeing quite a bit of color changing. We might just be carrying up the rounds, who knows? We've got snake-esque working up, 2 heads, some teeth, a mouth. I'm not seeing anything that really scares me. We shall see. Here's a cute picture. Giant worms that consume other supernatural creatures. Sandworms nearly catch Adam when he tries to retrace his steps to the fatal car crash. Later, Barbara rides a sandworm to rescue Lydia, and the thing swallows Beetlejuice, sending him back to the afterlife waiting room. All right. I'm excited. I'm in. Let's do it. Okay. Come visit me next week. I should give it a week, right? Wobblin Wednesdays are a week. If I am not done with my sandworm in 1 week, because it's been hot and this acrylic is super squeaky. Is anyone having the super squeaky ick? I don't know what to call it. It sounds like fingernails on a chalkboard. Is anyone else having that problem? And it's just that it's sweaty, it's hot. I know, I admit, I'm irritable. I know. My attitude is soaring with those numbers. But I will do my best. And if I don't get it completely done, I will be back to show you how much I did get done, okay? All right, it's a deal. I'll see you here next Wednesday. Bye, friends.